What do we need to know about the moon in Capricorn in the natal birth chart? If someone has this placement in the natal birth chart. Well, the very first thing is that they have very high expectations of themselves. They put a lot of pressure on themselves to do well. They want to achieve great things. They really, really pressure themselves to be perfect, to be up to their standards, to pursue excellence, to work very, very hard. So that's sort of baseline knowledge of what they're sort of getting out of life in general. So they put a lot of pressure on themselves. They have high expectations as well. Their expectations of themselves are very high. On a positive note, they are very patient. They understand that things don't happen overnight. They are very patient to build something up slowly to see the long-term slow growth of something to then the end result really, really being worth it because of all the time and all the work being put into that particular goal. They're very ambitious also. They have a sense of responsibility. They have a very, very strong sense of duty. They know where they're responsible. They know where to put their eggs in that basket, where to be finding up the books on the shelf, to be able to organize them correctly, to be able to be successful in whatever goal that they're trying to achieve. They take pride in how reliable they can be in their personal and professional life. They're very, very reliable. They may appear rather emotionally detached or cut off, not the most emotionally open and warm type of person, because the moon is considered in detriment in Capricorn because it's the opposite sign of the moon rules Cancer. This doesn't mean it's bad. It just means that there may be more difficulty really expressing your emotions. There may be more challenging. Maybe it means that you feel things at a more internal, introverted level. So not the most open emotionally. They can be very loyal individuals and very loving. They're very, very loving once you get to know them. They're very, very genuinely caring. Their actions show how much they care. That's something very important to consider, that they're not so much through words of affirmation, not so much through communicating how much they love and care about this person, but more it's what they do for you. What practical things do they do and what they act upon for you to be able to have and enjoy that particular thing. So their actions show how much they care. They don't always use their words to express how they feel. They're more of an action-oriented type. They can be very stable and very committed in general. They, their mindset is, do it the right way. And so there's a stability with them that they can do things practically, they can do things pragmatically, with commitment, with sticking it out until the end. They also do not allow their emotions to take over them, to rule them, to consume them. They have good emotional detachment when it comes to that kind of thing. So they don't let their emotions overwhelm them. They logically, they can't compartmentalize their emotions. They filter their emotions. They evaluate those emotions practically. They are very, very pragmatic people. They have immense strength to push through any of life's adversities. They're very, very resilient. They're very, very strong internally and externally to push through life's hard challenges. And they understand that life is tough and requires a lot of work. So maybe they were taught the value of hard work at a young age, or maybe they were very, very insecure when they were a child, or non emotionally nurtured as a child and allowed to really feel their feelings. That's what it could be. That's what it could amount to. They need to feel useful and they need to be useful and productive in order to feel at peace. They have to get things done, they have to achieve goals in order for them to feel at peace within themselves. They are very competent in nature. They're very steady and very reliable. They have clear boundaries and their goals are very realistic. So, their boundaries are very, very clear and their goals are realistic. And that's what this amounts to is, they have very, very strong boundaries as well as clear boundaries, and their goals are very practical. They look for safety and security in aspects of life. They respect authority and tradition, and they want to honor those traditions. They may be cool, calm, and collected. They can be very hard on themselves. Additionally, they keep their emotions under control. They're very, very good about responding rather than reacting, expressing their emotions in a very um, calm, practical kind of way. There's a desire here for structure and control. They need structure in order to feel at peace. They need to also feel like they're in control of their environment in order to feel at peace within themselves. Emotions are handled in an efficient and practical manner when it comes to the moon and Capricorn. There is an attachment to the world of the senses. There's a very, very strong attachment to the sensual aspects of life using their five senses. They put a lot of value in things that are tangible and real. They need to be respected and appreciated by others. They're very good at compartmentalizing their emotions. They're very, very good at putting their emotions to the side and doing what needs to be done at the present moment of what is going on right here, right now, what needs to be done. Um, they are in control with what they fixate on. They're in control of their environment. They're very, very in control of that, very much so. There is no one who plants their feet more firmly on the ground than Moon and Capricorn. When it comes to pressure, they're very, very good at coping with it. They are laser focused on their goals and in the motion picture to achieve them, and they're very capable of meeting objectives as well. They approach emotions with efficiency rather than by feelings. They approach emotions more logically than rather than emotionally. They can be pretty pessimistic at times. They can turn towards pessimism, seeing the glass half empty, seeing the negatives in situations, as opposed to seeing the silver lining or the advantages of a situation. They may view the world as cold, as detached, as not very emotionally open and allowing for you to feel their feelings. That's sort of the conditioning that may have been programmed into them when they were growing up. They're prone to depression based off of their feelings of insecurity. They can sort of nosedive into that sort of feeling. They're reliable and serious. They're very, very much so. Um, when it comes to their approach to life, their commitment to their goals. They prefer logic to their emotion. They're very oriented on results and the physical world. So that's what they're oriented towards. Um, is the results that come out of the actions that they do. There has to be that, result coming out of what they're doing in order for that thing to be valuable to them. So under the surface, their emotions are really intense and strong. It may not look like that, up front, but when you really, really get to know them, you will see how emotionally open and emotionally feeling these people can be. They often resist their emotions. They often resist feeling their emotions because they may be unwilling to explore those emotional depths, or they were conditioned out of really feeling their emotions, but they were conditioned into hard work, putting your emotions aside. That's probably what they were conditioned into. And so there's a repression or resistance to their emotions. But to be emotionally mature is to really feel your feelings and allow them to be there and being open about your feelings on an emotional level. They need to be perfect all the time is reverse strong with this, as I've talked about before. Giving yourself the support and need and love, loving yourself the right way is what it's all about. Self-love, giving yourself that nourishment, giving yourself that support is very critical for the Moon and Capricorn individual. They reveal their inner self to the people they feel the closest to. That's something that is a hallmark, is um, it's exactly that. They like to be private about their feelings. They're not the most emotionally open about them and honest about them at times. They set their realistic goals and they don't bite off more than they can chew. Maybe that can be a downfall. Maybe they could bite off more than they can chew. It's really important to approach goals one step at a time in manageable tasks. Very, very important. Instead of expecting them to do so much. You push yourself to achieve great things. It's a very, very important also to take breaks when you need to rest. Hungry, angry, lonely, tired, if you're feeling those feelings, then halt, rest, take breath, um, take a break. Do the fun things that you genuinely enjoy doing as opposed to the work. So taking those breaks is very, very necessary to not fall into workaholism. There may have been, as I said before, lack of security in childhood, and their worldview is very traditional in nature. So that is what you need to know about the Moon and Capricorn in the natal birth chart. Thank you for watching. Bye for now.